Excuse me, I've got a friend here who just finished donating blood, and he's actually a blood recipient, and he would just like to take a moment to share with you his story and how blood saved his life. So if you could welcome Dave Smith.
Something on the lens.
How are we doing out there? In fact, I was telling Mark that I got something in the mail a couple of weeks ago that the blood transfusions I received 9 months ago were actually on loan, so I had to come give it back. So for all of those of you that donate blood, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Snooky. Thanks, buddy. My story is, if those of you that live local to San Diego area, July of last year, there was a person on a Harley Davidson street glide in Rancho Bernardo about 12:30 in the afternoon, July 31st on a Sunday, was rear-ended by a drunk driver in a white SUV Trailblazer, and she got out, grabbed her bumper, and left him there. That was me. I was among all my injuries, the most severe was internal decapitation or craniocervical disassociation. Basically, I was decapitated, but I still had skin. Everything else came off, flopped over onto my chest. Lacerated liver, lacerated kidney, bruised lungs, bruised ribs. I had subdural hematoma. My brain was bleeding, and severe internal bleeding as well. I received a blood transfusion that afternoon whenever I got home. Or I'm sorry, whenever I got to the hospital. They put me in the ICU. Due to a hematoma in my throat, I couldn't be intubated and I couldn't be bagged, so I didn't have oxygen for the ride over to the hospital. Matter of fact, the smoke eaters are here. Their president's name is Joe. He was one of my first responding paramedics. He was on scene and helped me. He's not here today, but I want to give the smoke eaters a round of applause because they represent everything that is America. They really do, firefighters. Anyway, I got a blood transfusion that afternoon whenever I got there. I was in a coma for 10 days, and the last thing I remember was the light changed from yellow to red, and then I wake up and it's August 10th. My fiance then, wife now, my commanding general and a bunch of other people were standing over me and had hoses all over my face and in my head, and I didn't know what the hell happened. Well, I came to find out what all had happened, and that I had been on life support for those 10 days through a tracheostomy, helping me breathe while I was under. On August 9th, 10 days after the accident, they reattached my skull to my spine. I was unstable for that first 10 days, so they couldn't actually do the procedure until August 9th. But whenever they did, it took 6 hours to reattach everything, and then afterwards I had more internal bleeding, so they had to drill another hole into my neck, and they did a drain where they're draining blood out the back of my head and out of my neck. Going out this way and coming in this way was yet another blood transfusion. So this right here is very near and dear to my heart. Whenever Mark told me this is going on, I'll give every last drop of blood that I can. Me and my brothers, we're glad to do that for our country, and I'm glad to do it for everyone else. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. God bless. I forgot to tell you that I bought a brand new Rogue Glide Custom 9 days after I got out of the hospital. Carry on.
Yeah, I got it, man. Hey, Joe.